Taylor, thanks. Welcome to the grounds in Charlottesville. We're at the Dish tonight. 171st meeting, but the first in 4 years between the Clemson Tigers and the Virginia Cavaliers. And our ACC network coverage with Roddy Jones-West Durham. Great to have you with us. This is the start of a really big weekend in the ACC. This series critical, starting tomorrow night, Chapel Hill, 3 games in the top 5 with Georgia Tech and North Carolina, Roddy. But the focus here, Virginia trying to solidify things, Clemson trying to rebuild in the second half.
Yeah, 2 teams that are fighting for different things right now, both of them with an eye towards the postseason. You look at Virginia on the fringe of getting that double bye in the ACC tournament. They're fighting for seeding in the NCAA tournament as well, projected as a 1 seed, but would like to be higher. And Clemson, halfway through the ACC season, has lost 2/3 of their game. They got to turn it around quick. They're one of the last 4 teams projected in the field. If they want to make the postseason and get really good footing, they got to start winning.
Well, you just heard Tyler Wilson tell Taylor Tannenbaum about Virginia on offense. They're 15-5 at home. The Cavaliers are. They're averaging almost 9 runs a game in this ballpark.
And
Roddy,
they really got it going last week in the series against Notre Dame. They exploded. 10 home runs. They averaged 10.3 runs per game. It was a win that helped, but they hit the ball hard. They got it up in the air and really overwhelmed the Irish. So when this Virginia offense is rolling, it's one of the absolute best in the country, makes them really dangerous going forward.
And Chris Pollard told us the thing he's most concerned about is Clemson's pitching, Roddy.
Oh, you see the stat, first in the ACC in walks and hits per innings pitched. Their arms make this lineup, or this pitching staff, absolutely special. They lead the ACC in strikeout to walk ratio, and it starts with the guy they've got on the mound tonight. Aiden Canuck is absolutely fearsome. He's going to have his hands full, though, against the Virginia lineup that we just talked about that's really dominated by lefties.
And here is Bakic's order tonight for Clemson. The Tigers come in 24-14, 5-10 in the ACC. They've won 4 of their last 6, including a midweek victory in Uptown Charlotte against the 49ers. Tristan McClatty, we're going to keep an eye on him tonight. 346 against the ACC with a dozen RBIs. And here's a guy tonight on the bump for the Wahoos who has parlayed a midweek start and a couple relief appearances into his next opportunity. This is sophomore left-hander Henry Zakowski.
He's done it all here recently for the Hoos. He fills up the strike zone consistently with a few different pitches, but that slider is a plus pitch to right-handed hitters. Chris Pollard telling us righties don't see it real well because of the arm slot. It's hard to pick up, and it is a big breaker. He's going to come from that 3/4 angle. He is absolutely going to challenge these Clemson hitters.
So Zakowski's ready to go. In steps Clavin, and away we ride tonight from Charlottesville. First pitch to the sophomore Bryce Clavin. Just his 10th start against the ACC this year. And it's 2-0. Virginia is here at 26-12, 10-8 in the ACC. Cavaliers averaging 8.9 runs per game here at home. Fouled away, ball and 2 strikes to Clavin. Eric Bakic, pretty candid with us before the game about the second half of the ACC and where he thinks his team has not folded despite the bumpy first 15 conference games. There's a strikeout, fastball up.
Way to battle back by Zakowski. The 1-strike pitch was a cutter in on the hands of Clavin, and then goes fastball out. Clavin may have been looking for that off-speed pitch, but a nice start to the game for Zakowski.
And in steps McClatty. Off speed, right back up the middle and through the box and into center field. 1-out hit for the Tigers. Gets him started.
Here's what to expect from Henry Zakowski. You're going to see mostly fastball slider. You'll see the changeup to righties and that cutter as well. He's flashed that early in this start too. Cutter has a chance to really run in on the hands of right-handed hitters.
So runner aboard, and Nate Savoy, sophomore from Newport Beach, California, transfer from Loyola Marymount. keep an eye down at first on McClatty, who led the Tigers in ACC average at 346, and then just probably first pitch single right back through the box.
Yeah, they're happy to have him back in the lineup. Tristan McClatty got hit in the face by a ball in that Stanford series. Couple of fractures in his face. That's why he's got that cage that you usually see more on the softball side.
Yeah.
Help protect his face. You got to protect the moneymaker. That's what I always say.
Breaking ball in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Savoy. Throw. They want to keep McClatty close here. He's got 13 steals on the season in 14 tries. The 1-1 and a throw over again.
This is a Clemson offense under Eric Bakich that is going to be aggressive. You're going to see hit and runs. You're going to see sack bunts. You're going to see squeezes. 1-on-1 typically a pretty good count hit and run on Virginia Wareham.
Yeah, teams, and there goes the runner taking all the way. That's ball 2, and another stolen base from McClatty, easily in with his 14th and 15 tries. Virginia's allowed the 2nd most steals in the ACC. And McClatty in an early Tiger threat here with 1 out.
Oh, great jump. A little bit of a false step on the jump as well. The throw, had it been on target, may have had a shot, but the throw from Witherspoon towards the first base side, and McClatty safe.
2-1, third in there. Swing and a miss.
So number you're talking about, Wes. 11% of runners thrown out. That's not all on the catcher, though. I want to stand up for my catchers here. Steal bases off the pitcher, not necessarily just the catcher.
Savoy waits, and it's 3-2. Zetkowski comes in. He's 4-0 against the ACC. Wins at Carolina, home against Virginia Tech and Wake Forest, and at Boston College for the left-hander. Full count. Fouled away. We'll do it again with 1 out.
Off speed on the full count. It's a good job by Savoy of fouling that thing off. It's a lot of room on the right side of the infield. They've got the shift on. The second baseman shaded to the third base side of second base.
There's ball 4. So a 1-out walk and a 1-out single. And here's Jacob Gerald. Well, if you're Eric Bakich and you think you've got a chance to build momentum and your team hasn't folded, all the things he talked about with us before the game, here's your window.
You would love to put pressure on this Virginia offense with Aiden Canuck on the mound by putting some runs up in the first inning.
Zetkowski will play soft toss with Tiroli. Gerald waits. Off the plate at 85.
Again, a lot of room on the right side of the infield for Jarrell. Everybody swung over to the left side of the infield.
Got him that time. Breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now they got McClatty in trouble. And the rundown ensues. They'll tag him out. Was he called safe?
He was called safe. I don't know that. I mean, it looked pretty clear. The question is, did the tag get on the back? Look, Tiroli, the second baseman, is kind of caught in that no man's land in between. Did he get the tag on his back?
I don't know if he did.
I don't know. If he did, it's right at the waist, it looks like, right? Right here?
Well, he doesn't get him up high. Does he get him down low? Maybe. Feels like the second base umpire, Thomas Newsom, would have had a pretty good view of it. Oh, he didn't get him.
Oh, he did?
That's a good call.
Sure is.
Chris Pollard is challenged, but I don't know if they're going to win that. You have to have clear and obvious evidence that it happened. And they had McClatty dead to rights at second base. It was a great pickoff move. But because of the shift, it had Tiroli so far away from the bag. And not only that, but Becker was away from the bag too. Becker has to swing to third. It took a while for Harris to get back to second base.
Let's look at this one more time, Roddy, and here's what you're talking about. Everybody's kind of off balance, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody. It just throws everything off. The pitcher's going to second base, the first baseman. There's no obvious shot that we have that he got it tagged down. I think it's going to stand.
If so, here's the. Boy, it's hard to say he tagged him.
I don't think he did. I think it's pretty clear that he didn't tag him. I mean, there might be a thread hanging off the back of the orange jersey that he got, but it wasn't much more than that.
Right.
The thing is, though, Tiroli would have known. You would think. Like, he would have felt the glove tap and just wave it off and say, Coach, I didn't get him. I guess it's hard to know when you can just graze somebody.
So an early review here. Feels like he's safe. There's one more look at this. And to Roddy's point, watch the shift here.
Yeah, so Tiroli and Tiroli goes to second base. Becker has to go to third to back up the third baseman. The scramble to get to second, everyone's late, so you go to Tiroli short. You can see the first baseman, Sean Harris, is just getting to second base. Kind of dangerous to throw it to him, although they would have almost assuredly had him out there. But everybody is saying, Holmes is saying, and Tiroli is saying challenge it.
And now, home plate umpire Brian Miller's come out and confirmed safe. So now, Gerald will bat. Bakich out of the dugout to talk to the Tigers because, oh boy, look where Clemson is in this world now, Roddy.
Well, you've gotten away with one, so I think the conversation is going to be about, hey, look, we just got picked off. we got away with it, but here's how we're going to approach whatever we're trying to accomplish on the base pass. Obviously, Zatkowski on the mound is mixing up his looks to the plate. And when you're at second base, that's kind of the vibe that you're trying to get. A lot of time these pitchers get into rhythms where they look once at second base, pause, deliver home. Zatkowski's mixing it up a little bit. That's how they got McClatty in that rundown. And it's just a little conversation about what they're trying to accomplish.
Well, here's the senior from Florence who's got a dozen RBIs and 5 home runs against the league this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up and out, 2-1.
Zatkowski's been missing with that fastball high to the arm side.
Sorry, struck out Clavin to start the ball game. There ran a fastball up. McClatty at second, Savoy at first. There's a strike.
I like coming back with that because if you're missing there, you might as well use it. Flipping a backdoor slider, it starts generally at the same place of the hitter's eye.
2-2. Fouled it off. And that retires Gerald with a strikeout.
Jacob Gerald got on the off-speed pitch. Flips the slider again. Good pitch against right-handed hitters. And now, don't look now, but Zatkowski's 1 out away from getting out of this thing.
Sure is. So 2 down in Fultz. First pitch swinging, skied to center field. Gracia 4 steps back, 2 steps in, and there it is. Zatkowski skated right on the edge. Clemson leaves 2 in the first. Virginia bats next from Charlottesville. Well, back in Charlottesville with Roddy Jones, West Durham. Great to have you tonight for ACC baseball. We start the weekend in the Atlantic Coast Conference with Virginia and Clemson here. And here's the order for first-year head coach Chris Pollard. A.J. Gracia leads off for the 7th straight time. He and Eric Becker flipped that 1-2 spot a couple of weeks ago, Roddy. Tiroli bats third. Harrison Didowick has been remarkable this year. And then Johnson, Harris, Witherspoon, Antonio Parada, and R.J. Holmes. There's Parada, who makes his 11th or 10th start against the ACC, and he's hitting .367 in conference play. And Aiden Canuck gets the ball for the Tigers. And anytime in Clemson lore, if you are in the same sentence with Chris Benson, who pitched 30 years ago and was the top pick in the Major League Draft,
very good,
you're in decent company.
30 years ago?
Jeez. It was 1996. Don't worry, I was there. You weren't.
I remember Chris Benson, though, in that Clemson uniform.
Yep.
Games weren't on that much, but I read it in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Aiden Canuck, though, has been phenomenal throughout his career. The thing that you're going to see from him, elite changeup is what he's got, and he's going to have to use it against this lefty-heavy lineup. Plays really well against the lefties. In his last 2 starts, he's been phenomenal. 11 innings pitched, only 4 runs given up, 16 strikeouts. Fastball's going to sit in the low to mid 90s, and that changeup that you are going to see a lot of against these lefties. The question is, will Virginia have the discipline to take changeups down and out of the zone? Something that Eric Bakich talked to us about. So what's the counter for Canuck? If indeed they are doing it, it's going to be quite the chess match.
Clemson has allowed double-digit hits in only 11 games this year, as the Canuck starts a fastball to A.J. Gracia, one of the 7 players on the Virginia roster who played for Chris Pollard at Duke. And that's low, 2-0. (16-5) in the career of Aiden Canuck. And looking for his 3rd win against the ACC tonight. Career ERA just under 4 at 3.88. He's got 278 strikeouts, and tonight is his 40th career start for Clemson. There's a 2-1. Shallow right center field, and leadoff hit for Gracia, who homered to start the ball game in Richmond the other day in a 6-2 loss to VCU.
Looked like it might have been that changeup. 86 mile an hour. He just serves in the right center field. And the thing that makes this Virginia lineup so dangerous, they hit with power up and down the lineup, but you start with 2 projected first rounders at the top, in A.J. Gracia and Eric Becker. Really, 2 really tough outs to start the lineup.
Here is Becker. Takes a strike. 0-1 to Becker. 8 extra base hits in conference play, 18 RBIs. Put the fastball in there at 92. Quickly 0-2 to the.
It's a good location. Eric Becker asking about the location as well.
(0-2) again. Fouled away. Gracia at first, leadoff single. Foul that away. You talked to Eric Bakich before the game. You said, hey, fastball changeup tonight, just kind of almost like it, keep it at 2-pitch, don't overcomplicate things, right? And he said, yes, but.
Yeah, and the but was, you know, it has to come because Virginia's going to know with as many lefties they have in a lineup, you're going to see a ton of that changeup. And so do you come with a different pitch? Although the answer to that, Wes, was no. Changeup, strikeout. Nice pitch by Aiden Canuck.
Sure was. Out number 1. here in the Virginia first.
And that's the discipline that Virginia's going to have to show. You got to spit on those changeups that start at the bottom of the zone and drop out. Spin rate well over 2,000. 17 inches of break on that one.
So 1 out, 1 on. And Joe Tiroli takes a strike. Tiroli's got 16 RBIs in ACC play. Near the top of the Virginia order. He fouls that away. He's 0-2. Tiroli's got 16. Harrison Didewick next, 17. Already told you Becker's got 18 RBIs in conference play. Sam Harris, also a guy been productive against the league with 16 ribbies and 9 extra base hits.
He swung it well the last few weeks. Chris Pollard told us he changed his bat. That's helped a little bit.
0-2. Fastball up for strikeout number 2. So Aiden Canuck off and rolling here after a single to Gracia started the game.
You're going to see a lot of pitches on this pitch mix. A lot of fastball, a lot of changeup. He'll sprinkle the cutter in from time to time. See a curve and a sinker as well. Seen quite a few of those in this one already.
Harrison Didewick from the 7.57 takes a strike. Talk about a guy having a year, Roddy. 301 against the league. And you just look at his numbers, period. Harrison Didewick 342, slugging at 533. 0-1. 12 straight strikes now for Aiden Canuck.
Was filling it up with the fastball and then pitching off of that. And it's been hard for these Virginia hitters the first time through to be able to get a beat on it. And now he's 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
The 0-2, foul back. I'm telling you, man, 40 starts, Roddy, in a college career. 30-9. He's 9th all time, 278 career strikeouts. Here's the 0-2 and a throw over. One of just 5 Clemson pitchers with multiple 100 strikeout seasons. There have been some good ones now. 0-2. First ball in a long time.
It's a good take. And then you get a little bit of a short arm by Gerald behind the plate trying to throw it back. I don't know if he thought Canuck wasn't paying attention. It looked like he started to throw it and then decided not to, or kind of slipped out of his hand.
I think you're right here.
There you go. Oh, my bad.
It is a warm night here in Charlottesville. Jacob Gerald already looks like he's worked a shift and a half. That ball slapped on the ground past the diving second baseman, McClatty. Around the third comes Gracia. Didewick, a 2-out single puts him at the corners for Johnson. And it's funny how things kind of morph back to conversations. Chris Pollard talked about hits with runners in scoring position. In the loss to VCU on Wednesday in Richmond, couldn't get it done. They got it done last weekend at South Bend. And now here they are with Kyle Johnson playing in right field tonight. And a bat in his hand and taking a strike.
We weren't sure we were going to see Kyle Johnson tonight. We asked Chris Pollard about it. He wasn't quite sure earlier in the week whether or not Kyle Johnson was going to play. He is their Friday night starter. They kept him on Friday night. He's still building back his innings.
Swing and a miss. Whoa, look at this. Swing and a miss by Johnson. Gerald threw it back. Canuck caught it behind his back.
Is this
As
banana
to
ball?
second goes Didewick.
This is like a trick shot. What's happening here? There's no way they practice that, right? Hey, I want you to catch it. Act like you're going to throw it to second. Throw it right to the back of the pitcher so he can catch it behind his back.
0-2, and Johnson strikes out. So Canuck sits down 3 of the 5 he sees. No score in Charlottesville. In the first inning, well, Henry Zukowski did too. Clemson got a single with 1 out from McClatty, Roddy, then a walk, and then Zukowski bared down, struck out Jarrell, and then got a fly ball to Fultz.
Yeah,
then if you look at what he did last week against JMU in South Bend, that's why he's starting here.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal the last 3 times out, but a couple of relief appearances after getting the start against James Madison. He comes in relief against Notre Dame, pitches twice. A little up in the air on what his role was going to be this weekend, but Chris Pollard said, hey, look, you're getting the start on Thursday night. Go for it.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike it is to Crichton. What a bizarre first inning we've seen. That ball slapped on the ground, bounces at the mound, scooped on the hop, and not able to make the throw is Becker. Fell out of his glove. We'll see how they score this. I think it'll be a hit.
I would imagine so.
I mean, hit the mound and caromed, and
who knows what kind of spin was on that ball after it hit the mound and came off of it.
Another look.
Looked like it almost hit Zukowski on the foot too. I actually don't know. I think it's an error.
Scored a hit right now. So Crichton aboard. Clemson's got the leadoff man aboard here in the second. And Lichtenberger from Boca Raton, transfer from App State. In for a strike, throw down to second, and easily into second base goes Jack Crichton. Another steal on Virginia. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the second.
Well, you can tell Clemson is going to be aggressive on the base pass.
Yep.
Weatherspoon's arm behind the plate doesn't scare him off of trying to take extra bases off of Zukowski when they get on.
And that ball fouled away. Couple of hits for the Tigers. Single in the first, now 1 off the bat of Crichton here in the second against Zukowski. There's another breaking ball. And a strikeout.
That was pretty dirty down and in.
Yep. Lichtenberger gone. 1 away.
Down and into the lefty. Looked like a changeup.
And the throw back down to second.
How far Zakowski is to the first base side of the rubber. I mean, his toes are 4 inches off the rubber. His heel is about the only thing that's touching that thing.
Yeah.
He is swung way over there. It's a different look, especially with that arm slot for both righties and lefties.
Yep. 1-0 off the plate, and got Luke Gaffney to swing. So here's Gaffney. 11 RBIs in conference play and a chance with a runner in scoring position here. Gaffney slowing the game down a little bit. 10 on the pitch clock out there for Zetkowski. Foul back. Ball and 2 strikes. Interested to watch the chess match here early tonight. You can tell Clemson's in a mode where they know how big this is. I mean, each of those guys look pretty focused down there, from the first guy to the last guy, Rob.
And when they get on the base pass, they are going to put pressure on this Virginia team.
That's low, 2-2.
The question is going to be, can they start to barrel up some of these fastballs? Because there's been a few that have looked like they're in good parts of the zone to hit, but Clemson has not taken advantage of them yet.
Crichton at second. 2-2 to left, looking up and going back is Didewick, and it's gone. Luke Gaffney has hit his 4th home run of the year, and Clemson has a 2-0 lead here in the second. How about that?
I just mentioned it. You're going to have to take advantage of some of these fastballs inside. And Luke Gaffney, you look at his hit chart. The inside part of the plate is where he lives. Fastball in, he absolutely drills it. His first home run on the season against lefties. He kind of struggled against them so far this year, but not today. He absolutely barreled this thing, and Didewick gave it a look, but he had no shot.
Quickly 0-2 now to Jackson Moore, who's 5 for 19 in ACC play. So Luke Gaffney from Danville, Kentucky, and a transfer from Purdue has put Clemson in front. Off-speed pitch, foul back. Stays 0-2 to Moore. It is to Jackson Moore. Ball popped out of the mitt of Witherspoon, but they'll throw on to get out number 2. Don't forget, more baseball coming up this week. Huge 3-game series starts tomorrow, 6 o'clock on ACC Network Extra. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll have coverage of Georgia Tech and North Carolina, number 2 and number 3. Lining up at the Bosch in Chapel Hill. Full house expected for all 3, and there's a fly ball from Clavin, hit left field again, and boy, Didewick, a running catch, reaching up and hauling it in for out number 3. Bryce Clavin gave it a ride to left center field, but Luke Gaffney is homer. 8-hole hitter goes over the wall in left. Clemson leads 2-0. Now he's got a couple of runs to work with here, Roddy.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to be tough to get back in this game against chase rate tied for 9th in the ACC because of the arsenal that we showed you, especially that changeup against the lefties. But the fastball, he was started to locate late in that first inning.
Ooh. Standing in was Harris and took a first pitch. I think that looked like it might have a little on it.
Well, up to it. Let's just say Sam Harris was he was not going to move out of the way of that one.
Right.
Good for him.
Yep. Hit by pitch, and he is aboard down to first. And now here's Jake Weatherspoon, the Virginia catcher. And that's at the knees for strike one. Clemson is 13-0 when scoring first this year. Virginia is 15-5 at home. Roddy, they're 5-4 at home in the ACC. In those 20 games at home prior to tonight, averaging almost 9 a game. This is a different team in this ballpark. And you could say, well, they've been a different team since the ballpark opened. That's true, too. 25 years old this Disharoon Park is. And the Cavaliers have 638 wins here.
I'm not going to do the math on how many that is a year. It's a bunch.
And there's a called third strike that retires Weatherspoon. So Aiden Canuck now has got 4 strikeouts. And here is Parada, who will stand at the left side. And Roddy, this was on the mind of Chris Pollard yesterday. Lefties and righties. 5
lefties in this Virginia lineup. Lefties only hitting 194. That's minuscule against Aiden Canuck, and a lot of it goes back to that changeup. It is a plus pitch all the time, but certainly against lefties.
And so far tonight, through an inning and change, he's got really good location.
He does.
Yeah. I mean, he's burning some off inside to see if somebody will go after. There's a fastball. And it's 1-1.
And inside part of the plate to lefties has been a place where Brian Miller's been happy to give strikes. If it's borderline, these Virginia hitters are going to have to start swinging at it with 2 strikes.
Parada waits. Fouled it away, 1-2. Remember Harris aboard down at first when he was hit by the pitch.
Parada's one of those guys who splits much better against righties, batting .364 in the year against right-handed pitchers, .273 against lefties. If the ball's elevated, that's when he really hits the ball well.
One, 2. And it'll stay 1-2. So Antonio Parada. One, 2. There it is again. 5 Ks. 2 down.
The location on this one is tremendous. I mean, it's going to be a strike, it looks like, no matter what. And actually, that ball probably runs off the plate, but you can see the shape of it. That changeup is going to move down and away to a left-handed hitter. So it starts on the edge of the plate, looks like it's going to be a strike. You're just not quite sure in the off speed how much horizontal break you're going to get out of it, and it dives off the plate.
Two down now, and 5 strikeouts for Aiden Canuck. Pops a fastball in there, 1-1.
Chris Pollard talked to us about R.J. Holmes starting to get more run at third base. Said his speed and his athleticism in the lineup is really kind of giving him a spark at the bottom of the lineup.
Just making his 2nd start tonight against the ACC. There's a strike, 0-2 to Holmes. California freshman. We'll see the season numbers for him. Cavaliers falling behind on the Gaffney homer 2-0. That's fouled back to stay alive.
Changeup was kind of hung. It's up in the air. Seems to take a pretty good cut at it. Seems like Sam Harris has been over at first base for a long time after getting whacked on the first pitch of the inning.
0-2. That's high. Missed way up on the fastball at 94.
No respect for that one.
Yep.
Up to 94. Probably run it up another mile per hour or two more.
One-two to Canuck, from Canuck to R.J. Holmes. And fisted foul. Caught it on the narrow part of the barrel, it looked like. Three fastballs, 2 breaking balls. 15th pitch of the inning here from Canuck. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris down at first. Holmes, he kind of serves it to right. 2-out single from R.J. Holmes. Second hit against the conference, Roddy.
That's the kind of at-bat that keeps you in the starting lineup. Yep. You're against the Friday night starter for the opposing team here on a Thursday night, and you just battle. Foul off pitch after pitch after pitch, then you finally get an off-speed pitch out on the outside part of the plate. You go down to a knee and just kind of golf it out to right field to keep the inning open, to keep the inning alive. Well done by the freshman R.J. Holmes.
Here is Gracia with 11 home runs and 35 RBIs and a first pitch that's pulled foul. Could not wait. A.J. Gracia.
Well, I don't know that he was expecting the changeup on the first pitch. Was way out ahead of that thing, but he was looking to be aggressive, stepping in the box.
Singled in his first at bat. Popped out of the mid, and the runners are going to advance. Gerald tried to make a play on this. We'll see how they score this. I'm pretty sure it hit him in the mid and bounced away. At least it looked like on the first glance.
Dude, the thing was running off the plate.
Yeah,
it's going to be a pass ball.
Pass ball it is. Harris to third, Holmes to second. 1-1 to Gracia. Fly ball left field. Going back Savoy, and Virginia leads. Oppo for Gracia and his 12th home run of the year. Third straight game with a home run for A.J. Gracia.
Hanging breaking ball. And A.J. Gracia is all over it. A no-doubter off the bat, out to left field, up in the stands. And you go back to that at-bat by R.J. Holmes, battling with 2 strikes consistently, giving the projected first-round pick, A.J. Gracia, a turn at the plate. He sends the Cavaliers ahead.
Becker sharply hit to second. McClatty will scoop and throw on to first, but the Cavaliers get 3 runs on the Gracia homer. So 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Virginia in front when we come back. in this game in the first, but in the second, Roddy, both teams hit long balls.
Luke Gaffney to left field on an inside fastball, and then hanging breaking ball to A.J. Gracia, one of the best hitters in the country, with 2 outs, and he deposits it to the left, over the left field fence as well. This is why against these lineups, especially this Virginia lineup, you cannot give extra outs. You can't, you know, every single at bat could lead to one of those big flies that breaks the game open, especially with that guy, A.J. Gracia, at the plate.
So Gracia puts the Cavaliers back in front, and here's Tristan McClatty, who had a single in the first, and the second batter to face Henry Zetkowski tonight. As we move along to the third inning, and the Cavaliers in front. It's fouled away. And a ball and a strike to McClatty. That one fisted back. 1-2.
Heavy off speed to McClatty in his second at bat. Only saw 1 pitch in the first at bat.
Yeah, fired it right back through the middle.
Jumped all over it.
Yep.
He said, you know, we're not messing around here.
1-2. Just off the edge. Zetkowski thought he had it. Chris Pollard thought he had it.
If it missed, it didn't miss by much.
2-2. That's low, and now it's full. There it is. Strike him out. And that's 5 now for Zetkowski. And out number 1 here in the Tiger third. You got 5 for Canuck, and now 5 for Zetkowski.
See how that breaking ball is so tough for a left-handed hitter.
First pitch swinging, and the shift is on. Long throw from behind the bag. It's second. Got him. Oh my goodness.
I thought he was safe.
Tiroli, an unbelievable throw to retire Savoy, and already the Clemson dugouts asked for a review.
Apparently Eric Backage did as well. To the naked eye, I thought he beat this throw. I think, yeah, I tend to stick with my original thought. It's bang bang.
Ryan Marine is the umpire at first.
No, the first view that we saw, I thought he was safe.
Okay.
And I thought he was safe to the naked eye as well.
We've had 2 threads here.
This one's close, although this one's not a tag, so at least, you know, it's a little bit more
right.
A little bit more clear cut. But we'll see. Either way, bang bang play at first base. So foot's on the bag there, and then the ball's not in the glove yet. I think he's going to end up being safe.
Yeah. One would think.
Foot down. That ball's not in the pocket of the glove.
Savoy would be on base for a second time in as many appearances as well.
Foot down. The ball, you can see. I thought you could see it when that foot hits the bag. It's still outside of the glove.
And so he is safe.
Obviously a good challenge by Eric Backage. It was a good effort by Tiroli, who was way over towards the shortstop, as they've been shifted over, or he's been shifted over to the third base side of that second base bag a couple of times now with Savoy up.
And here's Gerald now, struck out swinging. And a throw back over to first to see if they can keep Savoy close. Cavaliers have taken the lead on the Gracia homer. Bottom of the second, 3-run shot. As Roddy told you, you cannot underscore the at-bat R.J. Holmes had to keep the inning alive for Virginia. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. Henry Zetkowski. Here's a look at Holmes, who's making just his second start against the league. From the hip. Back in goes Savoy. Virginia's here after taking 2 of 3 at Notre Dame last weekend. Clemson went 1-2 against North Carolina, then beat Charlotte midweek in Uptown Charlotte, home of the ACC baseball tournament again this year. Roddy.
Wonderful location there in Charlotte.
The 0-1 in for a strike, 0-2. But here's why the Tigers are kind of up against the wall. They have one series win in conference play, and that is taking 2 or 3 at Stanford. That's how you're 5-10 in the league going to the second half. And after Virginia, excuse me here, at Louisville, Boston College, Florida State at home, and at Virginia Tech.
A couple of ranked teams, a rivalry game, and another tough series on the horizon. Louisville's never just a walk in the park.
0-2, fouled off.
But they've let a couple of these series slip away. Eric Bakich lamented with us the missed opportunities. 4 games they've had where they've let the lead slip in the 8th inning or later. And that's just an ACC play. And at crucial times had a chance to seal the series against North Carolina. Weren't able to do it. Had a chance to win the series against Notre Dame or take a game against Notre Dame early in that series. Couldn't do it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. If you go to their schedule, they've got 13 comeback wins. The one against North Carolina last weekend. That ball rolled towards second, on the bag for 1, throw to first, double dip. 4-3 double play ball off the bat of Gerald in the 4-hole. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Cavaliers 3, Tigers 2 when continue on ACC Network.
Now it's beautiful. Well, this
That's
time
great now.
Yes.
Yeah, now. Earlier, a little warm.
You live in Georgia.
3-2 Virginia. Last Sunday, after the end of the North Carolina series, Eric Bakich knew this night and the remaining ACC schedule was coming, and he had some fairly candid thoughts in his media offering.
We're going to need to have a very strong second half in the ACC in order to have any chance of being a contender late. So we cannot continue on the path that we're on, dropping weekends that are within our grasp. That's the harsh reality of it. We need to play better, we need to compete better, we need to coach better, and we need to just get over the hump. and figure out a way to do that and do it fast, because this is an unforgiving league. It'll chew you up and spit you out, and we found that out the hard way too many times.
And Tiroli, hard hit ball to center field right in front of Clavin to lead off single for the Cavaliers to start here in the third inning. And again, this guy's a good baseball coach, terrific baseball coach, but he knows exactly where his team is and why they're there, Roddy.
Yeah, and you can hear the desperation in his voice, the urgency that he's trying to impress upon with his team. And look, at the end of the day, one of the things that Eric Bakich is best with when managing his team, it's honesty. And the place where this team is right now, it's not up to the Clemson standard. At least their win-loss record is not. And they got to get going if they're going to be playing ball in the postseason.
Fouled away, ball and a strike now to Didewick. Harrison Didewick. Singled in the first, and here's another roller towards second. This could be 2, 4, 6, and 3 for the double dip off the bat of Didewick. So the Cavaliers just turned one on the Tigers, and now Clemson returns the favor. Sharply hit, and McClatty got it going.
Yeah, that one Taylor made. McClatty, a nice feed, and then it was easily finished.
So 2 down quickly, and here is Kyle Johnson. Struck out the first appearance to close the first for Virginia.
And in that first at bat, it's a pretty steady diet of off speed, and had Kyle Johnson kind of fooled for most of that at bat. You could see it on the first pitch as well. And I like this. Take a timeout to come out and talk to him a little bit, because it has felt like Aiden Canuck has been all over.
Yeah.
Kyle Johnson had a great feel of what challenges him and has gone there.
This is Eric Tyler, the hitting coach for the Cavaliers, who's visiting with Kyle Johnson. Meanwhile, Aiden Canuck patiently waits. And he stands up on the mound, by the way. He's not one of these guys that comes off, walks around while the coach is out talking.
No, he's ready to
roll.
Well, let's go. Eric Tyler, one of the coaches that came over with Chris Pollard from Duke. They transplanted a lot of guys, 7 guys from the roster, the whole coaching staff.
Yep.
That's what happens nowadays, the transfer portal. You really kind of pick up your program and take all the pieces that you are going to keep with you to your next spot.
Johnson fooled that time. Swings through 0-2. I think he was looking for change, and it was fastball.
Yeah, and he was late on it.
Yep.
And look, mentally, you have to wonder where Kyle Johnson is in terms of what he's expecting on this pitch. From Aiden Canuck, you probably go out of the zone here.
Threw it right by.
Yeah.
95 to strike out Johnson. And after the double play ball off the bat of Didewick, the Cavaliers' threat goes by the board. But Virginia still leads 3-2. 4th inning next. Now we go to the fourth here, and Virginia with Chris Pollard at the helm with a 3-2 lead. Cavaliers are here. They were one of 5 teams, Roddy, that were upset on Tuesday. How about this? VCU, the winner, 6-2. How about UC Santa Barbara knocking off UCLA 4-0?
I mean, UCLA had won about 100 games straight. That's not true. They'd won 27 straight before going down on Tuesday, the #1 team in the country. But Chris Pollard said it to us. He talked about the fact that in this transfer portal era, sometimes these mid-majors can get guys, you know, they've got exits that go up, but they can bring guys from D2 or lower that maybe got overlooked. You put a couple of arms together, and there's some really serious ones. He pointed to Bethune-Cookman as one of those teams that's legit. VCU pointed to as one of those teams that's really legit. So it is sometimes you get snuck up on and bit.
So let me ask you this. Nationally, UCLA loses to Cal Santa Barbara. Shutout 4-0. There's a 2-2 ball hit to right field. Got a little juice in it. And back will go Johnson for out number 1. That's off the bat of Fultz, so there's 1 away. So considering Georgia Tech and North Carolina this weekend, sir, does that mean that the Jackets are potentially playing to be the #1 team? I think that's hard.
If you sweep North Carolina, you've got an argument depending on what happens to UCLA this weekend. UCLA's been the best team in the country all year long. So no, I think they're pretty safe there unless, you know, let's say they drop to it, they lose a series. I don't know who they have this weekend. Let's say they lose a series and Georgia Tech sweeps, then yeah, I think you've got an argument.
Yeah. Ground ball off the mid of Zetkowski to his left, and a sharp throw from Becker. What a play this is. Wow. If it clipped off the glove of the pitcher, it didn't do much, and boy, what a strong play here by Becker.
I mean, it's just excellent. Easily moving to his left, fielding it cleanly. Let's see, did it hit it? No, I think it missed Zetkowski. That little bounce at the end where he has to kind of adjust back. Really well done. And then the throw on the mark.
God. 2 down. What a play. First pitch swinging. Sharply hit on the ground to Becker. This time a little easier. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. I'll tell you this. It was just an 8-pitch inning for Canuck. Not many more there for Zetkowski. He threw 8 as well. Back after this to Charlottesville. Weatherspoon and Parada for the Cavaliers against Aiden Canuck, who has allowed 5 hits, the home run to Gracia, the big one that put Virginia back in front. And probably this ball game's been entertaining here. We've seen plays both ways.
We've seen flurries of offense. We've seen some really good pitching. Expect to be joined by Eric Bakich, the Clemson head coach, in just a second. But it's been fun early on, at least for us.
Yep. Coach, how are we?
Well, it's fun when we hit the homers. It's not fun when they hit them.
Yeah. Well, this is, you said it earlier, this is what this league has become this year, though, right?
Yeah, this league is, you know, definitely got some elite teams in it. And Virginia's, you know, certainly having a great year. Got some elite players for sure.
Yeah.
Coach, one of those elite players, A.J. Gracia, I mean, outside of the hang and breaking ball to him, what have you thought about the performance of Aiden Canuck so far in this game?
You know, he outside of a hit by pitch, he's filling up the strike zone. You know, there's a good offense over here. They can hit, but he's doing a good job of pounding the strike zone, and that was our plan. We wanted to be in attack mode, and the leadoff hit by pitch, and then the 2-out 9-hole 2-strike single is what allowed Gracia to come up and put the big swing on it. But you got to tip your cap to a guy who can take a breaking ball and hit it opposite field out of the park. That's tough to do.
0-2 off the plate. We were talking about Canuck, and I mean, Eric, I don't know how this works. I mean, I've watched Clemson baseball a long time. When you're in the same sentence with Chris Benson, that's pretty good, isn't it?
That's rarefied air. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if we're there yet, but he certainly has been an elite pitcher in our program these last 3 years.
Yeah. Appreciate your time. Good luck the rest of the way tonight.
Well, you guys say hi to Dane Muller real quick. We got a routine. We passed the headset, so at least just talk to him for a minute.
Hello.
Absolutely love it. What's up, Dane? How are you?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah. What's going on, Dane?
A whole lot of nothing, pretty much. Just watching AK show.
Are you really a Walton Raider?
I am, yes, sir.
Yeah, I got 2 Walton Raiders at my house.
Really?
Oh, yeah. A few years ago.
In Marietta?
No, that ceremony lasted all night, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I bet. You got a couple of Atlantans. I live about 3 miles from Walton High School.
Yeah.
Tell us about the tradition of passing the headset. Where does that come from?
the headset here?
I mean, it's his specialty. He loves to do it. You never know who's going to call on.
So he called you to get the headset?
Yes, sir.
Maybe it's because he knows we're from Atlanta. You think that's it?
Yeah, that might be a connection there.
Yeah. So do you pass the headset to somebody else, or is this it?
I think this is it.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, thanks. Appreciate the visit.
Appreciate it, Dane.
Take care, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yep. Every time we can get a Walton Raider on here. That ball fouled away off the bat of Weatherspoon.
Man, I don't know.
One out here in the 4th for Virginia.
I don't know what the viewership is like in the eastern part of Cobb County, but that was a thrilling interview for them.
Yeah,
for them.
well.
I wish Coach Bakich would have warned us before the game that the headset was going to be passed.
Yeah, we
probably could have done a little homework there, too.
Could have gotten a little more information on Dane.
I love it, though. That's fun.
Yeah. Fouled away. You wonder if they're guys who are, like, edging for the headset?
Yeah.
Or if they're, like, getting at the other end of the dugout in fear they'll be called.
Well, the guys that are heady are going to hang out around Coach Bakich around the middle innings because they know the headset's going on.
Yeah.
And then they can get on air. Everybody's got to get their face time. Dane was the lucky one today.
Yeah. Dane did well. Right-handed pitcher, by the way. On the year, he's made 5 appearances. Get him this one. We're going to give him the dossier. We're going to get the dossier now, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And my twins have already chimed in. Of course, get the Raiders on the air tonight.
Of course they have.
Mighty Walton Raiders.
Like Walton Raiders. Yeah. Like Walton High School needs any more publicity. They're the best high schools in the state of Georgia. Produce athletes and scholars.
Yep. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 in the inning, and 8 on the night for Canuck.
Meanwhile, Aiden Canuck is just absolutely dealing.
There he is. So stepping in now is Parada. He struck out in the 2nd. And here in the 4th, we're already having a discussion of who hasn't struck out already against Aiden Canuck.
Seriously.
Gracia, Didewick, and Holmes, who's only batted once, by the way. 0-1, fouled away. Virginia with the 1-run lead on the Gracia 3-run homer in the 2nd. And Eric Bakich told you, when a guy can take a changeup and go off opposite field. 0-2. Peeled one off. See if he could get Parada to chase.
And not just take a breaking ball to the opposite field, hit a no-doubter to the opposite field off of a breaking ball. An Oppo taco.
1-2. Bouncer charging from short, and throwing on the first is Lichtenberg. And Lichtenberger retires Parada. So the Cavaliers go in order. Chris Pollard going to join us in the 5th. Cavaliers lead 3-2.
The celebration is on. The real fun just getting started.
Run straight for the breakaway.
The celebration is on.
Oh, Omaha in June on ESPN, and of course Virginia winner in 2015-2021. National championship was 2015. Cavaliers are routinely visitors with Brian O'Connor and the job he did here. Here's the D1 baseball field of 64. These are the projected national seeds after play on Tuesday, Roddy. And Virginia, an 11 seed. And of course, you see Georgia Tech and North Carolina in the mix as well from the ACC. And we talked about UCLA a moment ago, and plenty of other customers, including the Chanticleers. First pitch to Luke Gaffney, who homered to put Clemson in front in the second. Oh, 1 to Gaffney. On the ground to Rolling. 1 away.
Both of these pitchers have kind of settled in. You look at Zakowski, who's now retired. 5 straight. Knock on the other side is double play is helped, but he's retired 5 straight as well.
Yep.
Both these guys have really settled into this thing in the middle innings.
1 ball, no strikes to Moore. And Jackson Moore struck out in the second. 2 balls and no strikes. Tell you what, this area, the grounds at the University of Virginia, was bustling this afternoon. Rolled away foul. 2 balls and a strike to Jackson Moore.
Got a lot going on this weekend. You got track meet, you got men's lacrosse,
you got concerts here,
concerts, spring game.
Yeah, I mean,
Tony Elliott.
What all? I mean, packing it all in.
It's the place to be.
There's a strike.
Beautiful part of the country this time of year as well.
Yep.
Other than the pollen, although that's all across the southeast.
And a little warm today.
You live in Georgia.
Here's the 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Going to North Carolina, so going further. So.
Yeah, I'm going to Chapel Hill to join Eduardo Perez for Saturday and Sunday here on ACC Network. Fouled away by Moore with 1 out. Eduardo's been busy. He was in LA last night for Baseball Tonight.
Water Perez is a man in demand.
Yes, he is.
This time of year, and rightfully so.
Be fun to work with him. And that's ball 4. First walk issued tonight by second walk issued by Zukowski. He did issue the walk to Savoy in the first. And hey, how about this? We got softball to go along with the weekend too. Presented by Auto Owners Insurance, a pair of game 2s for you. 3 o'clock Saturday from Tallahassee, 7 o'clock Saturday night from Blacksburg. Number 10 Virginia Tech, number 12 Florida State hosting the Heels and Jackets. And ACC softball here on ACC Network. So the 1-out walk to Moore gives Clavin a chance here.
Bryce Clavin absolutely drilled one in his last at bat.
That's fouled away.
Long fly ball to left center.
Yeah, Didewick had to really go to find it.
He had to get on his horse a little bit.
Yep.
Kind of like the cavalier that rides out in front of a football team. Get on your horse. Let's go.
So Moore at first. 3-2 ball game here in the top of the 5th. And Zukowski trying to see if he can knock down the runner and keep the Tigers at bay. That's a strike. 0-2.
Good backdoor breaking ball. Clips the outside part of the plate. Jackson Moore has not run a lot this year at first base.
Clemson just 1 for 5 with runners on. That's the home run, Roddy. How about that?
Yeah, well, they made it count.
Sure. Clavin waits. Did he go? No. 1-2.
It's a pretty good take. After that backdoor breaking ball, you get a fastball that tunnels the same but ends up and out of the strike zone. It's a good take by Clavin.
That got thrown by him at 90. 6th strikeout of the night for Zukowski. Second time Clavin goes down.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs. This one not out of the zone. Up at the letters. Well located at the top of the zone. Clavin swings right through it.
2 down for McClatty. Remember, he singled and stole a base in the first, struck out in the third. And a throw back to first to keep Moore around the bag.
The lefty at the plate, and Moore not a big stolen base threat, but if you can get a jump, you can get thrown out. McClatty leads off the next inning.
Fouled away. McClatty came in leading Clemson in batting average in ACC play, 346 with a dozen RBIs, and then had the first inning single. That was probably quicker and closer than Moore thought it was going to be.
He's got a good snap throw over to first base. He's used it a couple of times. I used to hate those as a base runner.
That's right on the seam for a strike, 0-2. And now you've got McClatty in full guess mode here, right?
And you do the whole arsenal at your disposal at 0-2.
There it is. Served it in for the strike. 7 Ks for Zukowski. Chris Potter will get the headset next. Virginia with a 1-run lead in Charlottesville. You're watching Thursday Night Baseball on ACC Network. Charlottesville tonight with Roddy Jones, West Durham, and joined by the first-year head coach of Virginia, Roddy, Chris Pollard from the third base side. And you guys got the lead, and Roddy mentioned it when it happened. After Gracia hit the home run, he said, tip your hat to R.J. Holmes, Chris.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm glad you brought it up. I thought that was the moment of the ball game for us right now. Just a competitive fight by R.J. Holmes. 2 outs, 2 strikes to move the baseball against one of the best changeups in college baseball. That's why he's in there right now. He's just he's got a great competitive fight in the batter's box, and that's why he's gotten the last 3 starts.
I said it at the time, those are the kind of at-bats that keep you in the starting lineup. It was tremendous to see. What have you seen from Henry Zakowski on the other side? It really feels like he's found a groove after that home run.
Oh, man, he's got a lot of depth working tonight. The 2-seam's got a lot of sink. The changeup's got a lot of sink. He's changing eye levels really well. You're seeing 2 really good arms use the changeup effectively right now.
Yeah, as the opposing guy, Aiden Canuck, brings a lot to the table, doesn't he?
Oh, brother, man, you want to talk about one of the true outlier pitches in college baseball, and I've had to see this guy for 3 years now. Be so glad when he starts his professional career, man. I can't wait to congratulate him and get him out the door, man.
You're going to shake his hand tonight and say, can't wait to see you go next level.
Tremendous competitor. I hope we don't see him in the ACC tournament.
No doubt, Coach. Really appreciate your time, Coach.
You bet, guys. Appreciate you guys, too. See ya.
Thanks, Chris. All right. One of those, help you. I'll come help you back. Tell me when you're leaving.
Yep. Yeah, I'll call the moving truck for you.
Might pay for it. Here's Gracia, who homered, of course, and fouls that one away. Ball and a strike.
You could hear the respect in his voice, though, for what Aiden Canuck brings. And when you talk about outlier pitches, you know, coaches don't throw that out all that often. They see a lot of pitches, a lot of changeups, fastballs, curveballs, slider, slur, whatever. You talk about outliers. Those are the pitches that have something about them. Their depth, their shape, their vertical break, their horizontal break, something about them that is just off the charts. And the changeup from Aiden Canuck certainly has that.
Canuck on a 1-2 to Gracia now. Look at that. Fired it right in there. That is 9 Ks. That was 94, by the way.
That is a guy who's at the plate thinking about that outlier pitch. And the placement of that fastball, you've got a split second to decide, all right, is this the 2-strike changeup that's coming at my knees and it's going to dive out of the zone and that I'm going to whiff? Or is this the fastball coming in there, and then when he ramps it up to 94, it makes it even more difficult?
Canuck now with 2 down has struck out 9, tied his season high. He had 9 Ks last week against Carolina's career high is 12, and he gets Gracia for the first time. And here is Becker, who struck out in the first, grounded out in the second. And it's 0-2 quickly here to Becker. Matchup of 2 guys projected in some drafts right here to be 2 of the top 50 players eligible for the draft.
Certainly.
In fact, you just had a top 50 matchup 2 in a row. Gracia would certainly be on that list. So would Becker. That hugged the line. Called foul.
That was about 6 inches from being really good for Virginia and really bad for Clemson.
Right.
Also about 6 inches for Connor Hoagland having to make an athletic play over there to third base. Love it when the umpires got to be athletes.
0-2. Called strike 3. Canuck has struck out his 10th. And Clemson sends Virginia in order. Now the twirlers have settled in, as it were.
Henry Zatkowski has really settled in since that home run, as has Aiden Canuck. Zatkowski, 5 innings pitched so far, 7 strikeouts. You get Canuck on the other side with 10 strikeouts so far in this one. It has been a pitcher's duel that has only been disrupted by a couple of home runs, one by each team.
Zatkowski to work on Savoy. First pitch swinging. There's the 10 tonight for Canuck. Career high 12. Zatkowski was 7, career high 10. And it's 0-2 to Nate Savoy. You see the pitch count for Zatkowski, 74 in tonight. As we work in the top of the 6th. Savoy wanted to hold up, instead check swing foul.
If you're wondering, Zatkowski, having been a starter to start the season very consistently, has gotten up to 100 pitches this year against Wake Forest. That was actually in a relief appearance. But as a starter, 98 against North Carolina, 90 against Virginia Tech.
There's another one fouled back.
Currently sitting in the mid-70s in terms of pitches. So you think, I mean, he could go another couple of innings if needed. He can make these innings fairly quick.
They had an 8-pitch 4th inning tonight, and Canuck had an 8-pitch 3rd inning. So they've both been buoyed by a low number, and there's strike 3 on Savoy. That's 8 now for Zatkowski.
I think that was that 2-seamer that Chris Pollard was talking about. This got that much depth. You can see how it runs off the plate, 88 miles an hour, and that late break from that sidearm angle. When you can locate that 2-seamer, it is so tough because everything kind of breaks towards you as a right-handed hitter, except for that. And then all of a sudden he springs it on you, and you're like, man, where'd that come from? That's not fair.
Gerald stands in. Clemson catchers 0 for 2 tonight. That ball is hammered into left center field. Didewick going back, looking up, Gracia, and this ball game is tied. 15th home run of the year, 6th against the ACC, and we're locked up at 3.
These pitchers have been so locked in. It feels like it's going to take these long balls to be able to get runs on the board. But this one, hanging breaking ball, and Gerald absolutely crushes it.
3-3 game now after the home run. And a strike for Fultz. How about this turn of events, huh? Got a good ball game. Pitchers rolling. Now all of a sudden ball hit foul at the third base side off the bat of Fultz. It'll be 0-2. About the time we start telling the story of the pitchers, somebody hits one out and we're tied.
Look, it's what happens against good hitters. You can make one mistake and it costs you a run, but the response is what I'm always interested in when you give up one of those home runs. And Henry Zatkowski's response has been to go up 0-2 on the next hitter.
Oh, 2 it is here to Fultz with 1 out. Ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 struck him out there. 9 now for Zatkowski. Don't forget, we've got ACC's Women's Lacrosse Championship coming up right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. The tournament starts Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. The All-ACC crew will have post-game shows after each match in Charlotte. They'll be right there a couple blocks out of Uptown for the ACC Women's Lacrosse Championship. So 2 down here in the 6th, and now a tie ball game at 3. And here is Crichton, who singled, stole a base, and scored on the home run by Gaffney. So he is 1 for 2. Also a ground ball to second, or short round. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down. That ball ripped right again. It's short. Becker in time on the throw, but the home run by Gerald has tied the ball game. And once again, the Clemson catcher golfs this one out of here, Roddy.
Absolutely does. Got himself one where he could do some damage, and he did maximum damage. Tie ball game here in Charlottesville.
Back in Charlottesville, Disharoon Park tonight with Roddy Jones, Wes Durham. Jarrell solo homers tied the ball game in the 6th inning at 3-all now. And Joe Tiroli will start the bottom of the frame here for the Cavaliers against Aiden Canuck. In for a strike to Tiroli. 0-2. Canucks having a heck of a night. And so is Zekowski, for that matter. It's been fun to watch these guys go to work.
He's putting a little more velo on the fastball consistently with 2 strikes, especially as this game's gone on. We saw him ramp one up to Grassi at 94, that one 93, up out of the zone.
Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You see his pitch count closing in on 80. He has struck out 10, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Has faced 20 guys tonight.
Hasn't walked anybody either. Did hit a batter earlier in the game.
And towards short, and Lichtenberger had it bounce away. And aboard now is Tiroli to start the bottom of the 6th inning for Virginia. So backhanded play deep in the hole here.
Yeah, a little seeing eye, sneaks right past the 3rd baseman. That's a really tough play for Becker at shortstop. Excuse me, for Lichtenberger at shortstop. A little short hop down there in the hole.
Yep. So Lichtenberger can't come up with it. It is a hit. 6th of the night for Virginia. And there's a strike to Harrison Didowit. This is why Virginia's so talented offensively, because there's no let up in this thing.
No.
Tiroli, and now you get Didowick, and then Kyle Johnson. You may have heard before we came on the air tonight, Taylor Tannenbaum, Tyler Wilson talking in studio. He talked about Sam Harris being a factor potentially in this weekend series.
Look, Sam Harris came into the game tied for the team lead in home runs. A.J. Gracia has broken that tie.
Pitch is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. By the way, Taylor and Tyler be with you after the ball game tonight as well. She and Stanwood Birch was with them earlier, previewing women's lacrosse and more.
Tyler doing a nice job.
Yes, sir. Good to have him on the team.
Yes, it is.
1-2. That time, Lichtenberg handles on to second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. The force will knock down Tiroli. 6-4 for out number 1.
Lichtenberger had his hands full with that one. That thing was hit 104 off the bat by Didowick. It was an absolute missile on the ground, but a missile. Able to field it, get the lead runner, and now you've got Kyle Johnson up, a guy who has struggled today. 2 strikeouts. It feels like Canuck has really had his number with the off-speed stuff.
Ariston Vesey is the right-hander. There's Vesey, junior from Peachtree City, Georgia, transfer from Alabama in the Clemson bullpen.
Tossing what I would consider casually, maybe a little more than casually, but not with a ton of urgency.
Canuck with 1 down and 1 on here in the 6th for Virginia. Tied at 3. Did it hit him? It did. Kyle Johnson will get first base. Second time Canucks hit a batter tonight.
Got away from him. I think he was trying to go change up, and that thing just went errant. And the one guy, not the one guy, but the guy who you've had the best beat on tonight at the plate now sits at first base with 1 out and 2 runners on. And Sam Harris, the guy we were talking about just a second ago, up at the plate with 11 home runs on the season.
Inside, ball 1. Harris, 261, 9 extra base hits, 16 RBIs against the ACC coming into tonight. He has scored once tonight and struck out.
And he has really seen righties well this year. Hitting .394 versus righties, 10 of his 11 home runs against right-handed pitchers, and Canuck struggling a little bit. He gets a ball middle in. Expect Sam Harris to try and break this tie with 1 swing.
That's 3-0. First 3-ball count of the night for Aiden Canuck. Ball 4. So a hit by pitch put Johnson aboard, and now a 4-pitch walk to Sam Harris.
This is a Virginia team that is a really good hitting team with runners on, and Jake Weatherspoon, no exception. Coming into this game hitting .328 overall. That jumps to .375 with runners on base, and now he's got the bases loaded.
And the Clemson pitching coach, Jimmy Belanger, out. And he and Aiden Canuck visiting.
Wonder if they're going to let Aiden Canuck have this at bat. If you're going to go to the bullpen.
Open up the catalog here on Jake Weatherspoon. 304 against the ACC. He's 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout twice. Called out on him once. What do you think?
Looks like Canuck's going to be the guy. Jake Weatherspoon this year. The bases loaded, 1 for 3. That one hit a double. Double came against Liberty with the bases loaded in the first inning of that game. See what he's able to do here.
70th at bat of the year for Weatherspoon. Chance to really do some damage. First pitch swinging, golf to right, on the run, Crichton, and won't get it off the wall. How about Weatherspoon? He'll stop at second, and Virginia has scored 3 runs on the 3-run double by Jake Weatherspoon. How about that, Roddy? My goodness. Almost hit it out of here.
He did. Jumped all over the first pitch on the outside part of the plate and did exactly what you want to do. Drive it the other way, gets it in the gap. As soon as that ball falls, you knew it was going to be trouble. Sam Harris got a tremendous jump at first base. He was all over the read. He was past second base when that ball hit the ground. There was no doubt he was going to get the windmill to go home. Virginia has broken this thing open.
In for a strike now to Parada. So Jake Weatherspoon, a 3-run double here in the 6th. And a ball and a strike. That was a little low for home plate umpire Brian Miller.
I like, obviously you like the result, Jake Weatherspoon, but coming out of a timeout, guy struggling with the zone, you sit fastball, you get one, and you absolutely crush it.
Ran the fastball by him there at 91. The 1-2, that's in the dirt. Weatherspoon will hold. Well, if you're Aiden Canuck, you come in here with wins against Stanford and Carolina. 4-3 on the year. And 4.3. He's 2-2 against the league. 2-3 on the year with a 4.3 ERA. And all of a sudden, it's been a big hit. The Gracia home runs one thing, Roddy. That was the deal. That right there, bigger than the home runs, because you hit a batter, you walked a guy, you put your night on the line, so to speak.
Yeah, it was your mistakes. You know, the hit by pitch, the walk, those are controllables. Throwing the ball over the plate, that's a controllable. The home run came because it was a hit by pitch in that one as well, but the home run came really because of the bat by R.J. Holmes that got the single.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those where you tip your cap to the other guy who did a fantastic job.
And Gracia hit a good pitch out.
He hit it. It was a hanger, but yes.
Yeah. And there's another walk to Parada, and here comes Holmes, who we just mentioned a moment ago. Second walk in the inning.
Tried to go with the off-speed just a little bit down. And now you get R.J. Holmes, and it feels like it is going to be the end of the night for Aiden Canuck.
So Eric Bakich is out. We saw Beasy throwing momentarily, but Dylan Harrison is going to be brought in. Freshman from Fontana, California, has been given the call by the Clemson head coach. And we will step aside as the Tigers get into the bullpen. 3-run double off the bat of catcher Jake Weatherspoon has put the Cavaliers in front here in Charlottesville. We'll step aside on ACC Network. And then the bases were loaded, hit by pitch and a walk, and then Jake Weatherspoon, first pitch swinging. It's a 3-run double to the wall in right center, and Virginia's in front 6-3. And then a walk to Parada has put runners at first and second, and with runners in scoring position, Chris Pollard saw his team go 1 for 16 the other day in Richmond. Well, they're 2 for 3 tonight with 6 RBIs, and the head man for the Wahoos feels a lot better about the situation. Meanwhile, for Clemson, Aiden Canuck had been working a pretty good night, to be honest with you, and now all of a sudden roughed up in the 6th. And here is the right-hander from Fontana, California, 6'5", 215-pound Dylan Harrison, making his 4th appearance in ACC play, Roddy.
Yeah, he's a guy that the pitching coach, Jimmy Bellinger, for Clemson is compared to Trey Savage. It's going to be a fastball, splitter, slider.
First pitch from Harrison is skied. R.J. Holmes drives it up the elevator shaft, and the ball couldn't be fielded by Jarrell. Everybody will be safe, and it was in play.
The question is it an infield fly?
And Eric Backage is out, and Brian Marine comes down from first.
I mean, this is an absolute adventure from the beginning. There's a lot of questions with this one. Tips off the glove of Jarrell. They're gonna sort this thing out, because if he drops it, he's in foul territory and he drops it. Obviously, it's a foul ball. He's kind of on that border, and he hits it. And obviously, if it hits off the glove, it ends up in fair territory. Also, the question, like, if that was a skied fly ball to the pitcher, and it's an infield fly all day long, less than 2 outs.
Right.
A lot to sort out here.
So now they're calling Chris Pollard. And now I got Brian Miller talking to the third base coach, and Chris Pollard's upset. The third base coach. And now Pollard has been thrown out of the game. It was Derek Simmons, the third base coach, and Brian Miller decided he wanted to tell Derek Simmons, I'm talking to the head coach, and whatever happened, Chris Pollard's been ejected from the ball game.
What just happened?
I have no idea, but Pollard's been ejected, and we still don't have a ruling on the play.
Okay.
And now they're going to call him out.
Calling the runner on first out. We're not getting an explanation. What I would imagine is that the ruling.
So here's the play. So Holmes is called out. Out number 1, and Gracia gets to bat here in the 6th. Meanwhile, I have no idea what got Pollard the gate. And now Gracia has been walked. And here's Becker, who's 0 for 3.
I'm not really sure how Chris Pollard gets run in all of this.
I have no idea how that happens.
What a weird set of circumstances.
Third time this year Gracia has been intentionally passed. And now here's Becker, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, left center field. Going over is Savoy. He'll make the catch backing up onto the track. And the theatrics are over. Crowd at the dish is in full throat, though, because Brian Miller invited them there. 6-3 Virginia. Here's the play in question. Now that we're out of the 6th, R.J. Holmes skied one. Dylan Harrison's first pitch of the night and misfielded by Jarrell.
So it's called a fair ball.
They ruled it a pop out, but advance on the error.
It's not the right ruling because they ended up calling the runner on first out. Chris Pollard, there was discussion between the home plate umpire and the third base coach. Chris Pollard comes out, gets in between. He gets ejected on what I feel like is a quick hook.
I agree.
And look, there's nothing that annoys me more than an umpire running a manager that quickly. Look, we do a lot of football games, and these guys could never be football refs because they take a lot more abuse than the little bit that happens at a baseball game. But
Tyler Lichtenberger, by the way, is starting the 7th for Clemson, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The question that I have with the whole circumstance, and we're trying to get an explanation on why R.J. Holmes was called out at first base. If he was called out because it was an infield fly, the runners advanced to second and third,
right?
As if they let the ball stay, as if they let the play go.
How about this? Kyle Johnson just moved over there to play kind of on the second base side from third, or I beg your pardon, Holmes moved over to play on the second base side of second, in addition to Rowley, and the ball got hit right to him.
Yeah, it's what they've been doing on their shifts with 2 strikes on those lefties. Once the threat of the bunt is gone, R.J. Holmes, instead of everybody shifting, R.J. Holmes jumps over to the second base part of the bag.
So with 1 out, Gaffney bats. After a play that'll be scored 5-3 for 1 out. 0-1. In for a strike. 0-2. So Gaffney, who homered to put Clemson in front. Low that time, 1-2. Meanwhile, Henry Zetkowski's got to feel like he's got a brand new lease on life out there, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine you got a little bit of a lead now, a little bit of cushion.
Popped out of play. So we'll try to get some point of clarification on it. But we don't have the we've become spoiled, Roddy, with technology in other sports.
Well, you mean like a microphone where you have to explain
tell
what's
us.
happening?
We've got it in basketball. We've got it in football. Off the plate, 2-2. It might be. That's off the plate. So it's full now to Gaffney. So you could think infield fly, batter out, runners advance at their own risk, right? Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Thing is that happened with the infield fly is upon review.
Look at Zetkowski doing a nice job fielding his position there. 2-1. Well done by the Virginia starter tonight.
And look, the answer is probably yes. Where, hey, look, even if we put the infield fly rule on 4 minutes later,
sure,
the runners can still advance at their own risk.
Yeah.
Although, if it's a clear infield fly, those runners are standing on the base. They're not looking to see if the ball was dropped. So it's unfortunate for Clemson the way it played out with the runners advancing, but ultimately they get out of there.
That ball going to be scooped, and it's called foul as Holmes fielded in stride up the third base line. Now the whole other side piece of this, whatever the exchange was with third base coach Derek Simmons, and then the ultimate ejection of Chris Pollard. We had a flip of the switch there.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
And Eric Tyler over there running the house now.
That's one of those where you need the Ron Burgundy gif. That escalated quickly.
Yes, it did escalate quickly.
I think Brick killed the man back there.
0-1. Virginia with a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. And Jackson Moore has been on base once with a walk in the 5th. First meeting in 4 years between Virginia and Clemson, and Moore almost took himself out there. Ooh, the old instep, Roddy.
Never feels good. I don't care how much padding you have there. And Jackson Moore has opted to go sans padding down there with the no shin guard.
Yep.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it works out.
1-2. Fooled him all the way. Zatkowski sets down another one. 10 Ks, ties his career high. Virginia by 3.
Doesn't get a lot bigger than this.
Run straight for the breakaway.
Who will emerge? We'll see.
Tuesday morning, May 19th. We'll start in Uptown Charlotte, the ACC Baseball Championship. 4 games on that Tuesday. 9, 1, 5, and 9. The listed start times.
Whoo, buddy.
4 games on Wednesday. 9, 1, 5, and 9.
Thomas batting practice for that 9 o'clock game. 7?
What time's pregame?
Pregame meal is at 6.
6-3. We'll have full coverage for you on ACC Network and the ESPN family of networks from Charlotte. Semifinals and championship on Sunday afternoon.
One of the 2 of us will be there.
It'll be good to have you there.
And I do mean one of the 2 of us.
6-3 Virginia here in the 7th.
Got Battlehawks gamblers that weekend. I got to be locked in.
Do you really?
Battlehawks gamblers.
Tell Ricky Pro we said hello.
I love what he's doing with Brandon Silvers at quarterback.
Good. No, we start on Tuesday. You don't have Battlehawks on Tuesday.
I'm locked in early in the week. Early in the week. I get locked in early in the week.
Bottom of the 7th. So I told the folks today it's one night only, right? 6-3. Virginia in front. Here's the 2-2. Little roller up the third base side. No drama. It'll be a foul off the bat of Tiroli. So here's the way this is going to be scored. This thing that happened a full inning ago now. It's going to be an infield fly off the bat of R.J. Holmes. And because the ball was dropped, the runners advance at their risk or peril, whatever you want to use. That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
And the coach gets ejected.
And the coach got ejected somewhere along the way. Offered it a fastball high. And down goes Tiroli. First strikeout of the night for Harrison. On in relief of Knopp.
What has been lost in all of this is Dylan Harrison has come in
and thrown.
Settled this thing down for Clemson. Got the infield fly. Controversial play on the infield fly. Well, really the controversial ejection after the infield fly.
Here is Didewick now. Just to give you an idea where Harrison Didewick falls in the pantheon of Virginia baseball. He is second all-time in homers, fourth all-time in runs, and seventh all-time in RBIs, Roddy. And there is a hit into right field with one out here in the seventh. And some of us on the broadcast tonight can remember coming up here in the mid to late 90s when Virginia baseball wasn't Disharoon Park, Davenport Field, College World Series appearances, national championships.
Is it AstroTurf then?
Yes, sir, there was AstroTurf.
AstroTurf was all the rage in the 90s.
And with one out, and the runner at first, the throw back over. And interesting to get a quick visit with Chris Pollard today and talk about, you know, and we asked him the other day about this, the balances and the movement, the things you know about the program from being in the conference and working at another school for as long as he did, right? And the values and the culture that Brian O'Connor put in place here, and now what he's inherited and been asked to advance. And right now they're doing it. Looking for win 27 tonight. It would be win 11 in the league. Ball is skied on the right field side. Coming in and not able to make the play in fair territory is Crichton. That was a long run. McClatty and Crichton were both out there.
And that ball is hit straight up in the air about a mile high. And Crichton's coming in, overruns it, and then slips. The turf gives out underneath him. Watch that left leg. Oh, he gets to the part of the turf where the grass isn't as prevalent. Of course, the usage on these fields, there's going to be some spots where the grass isn't growing as much. Hit one of those dirt spots, spike slipped out.
Yep.
Unable to reel it in.
It has scored a hit, ninth of the ninth for the Cavaliers. So now first and second for Sam Harris.
No real wind to speak of. Just overran it. Did Crichton out there in right field.
That is lifted to the third base side, and Fultz will have it. Out number two.
Hey, they called the infield fly, and they're getting the applause for it.
Crowd gives the Bronx cheer to Brian Miller and Connor Hoagland.
I love a crowd that's in on it. I do. Well done, Virginia fans.
Now they're kibitzing about having a meeting. That ball is fouled harshly toward the Clemson dugout. Two out in the seventh. Fastball in. 0-2.
Man, that thing up and into Weatherspoon.
Weatherspoon gave Virginia the lead. The 3-run double an inning ago. And he'll zip another one on the screen above the Clemson dugout on the first base side.
You can see the stuff there from Dylan Harrison. I mentioned when he first came in, Jimmy Bellinger, the Clemson pitching coach, compared him to Trey Savage. Fastball, sinker, slider. Now, Savage could ramp it up into the high 90s, and we'll see if Harrison gets there. But at 6'5", man, you got to really like where the projection is for a guy like this who started in the midweek form some, is now coming out of the bullpen.
1-2. Weatherspoon waits. Off the plate. 2-2. The runners in scoring position. Jake Weatherspoon can add to the till here. Fouled away.
A lot of fastball sinker from Harrison. We haven't seen that slider all that much.
Hey, Harrison's a good-looking prospect out there, Roddy.
Straight out of Central Casting. First off the bus guy.
And Weatherspoon comes up empty on the swing, and he'll be retired. And that will take care of the Cavaliers. 2 are left on 2 hits. Still 6-3 Virginia. We go to the 8th. Kowski's night is over, Roddy, and it might be good enough to post win number 6.
Well, it was fantastic. 7 innings pitched, only 5 hits, given up 3 earned runs, 10 strikeouts on the day. Had everything working. The 2-seamer was fantastic for him. He used the changeup. We saw some of that slider. The fastball was popping. If it wasn't for a couple home runs, other than a couple of home runs, really pitched well over the course of this game, and he turns it over to the bullpen after an excellent 7-inning outing.
Yep, and here is the 5'10", 211-pound senior from Bradenton, Florida, and a transfer from Western Kentucky, and this is Lucas Hartman, who, by the way, makes his 22nd appearance this season. You see his season stats and details, the 46 Ks and 13 walks, but the 22 appearances ties in with Ryan Ritter of Kansas for the NCAA lead in appearances.
And he's got a bunch of pitches in that arsenal. We're going to see a fastball, mostly fastball, slider, a little bit of a cutter to righties. That cutter becomes almost the primary pitch to lefties.
Claiborne waits.
There it was, too.
And ball 1 from Lucas Hartman. This is one of 3 guys that really has been employed by Brady Kirkpatrick and Chris Pollard.
The cutter is nasty.
Yep.
And that thing just darted away from the right-handed hitter.
The 1-1. Did he go? Did not. Here's the call. Two balls and a strike to the Clemson center fielder. On the ground to Becker. And a good throw to first. What a work. So 1 down in the 8th, and here's McCladden. McClatty 1 for 3. Just missed there. Ball 1. Foul away at the plate.
So tough for a lefty because you saw the curveball in the first pitch, 78. Then he throws that cutter in the high 80s. A lot of stuff that breaks in on the hands of a left-handed hitter, but he'll flip a changeup in there too. That'll give the break the other way.
2-1 on the pitch inside. And did he pull the trigger? No. 3-1. All of a sudden for Lucas Hartman to Tristan McClatty. And now they're going to employ Holmes over there to shift. He'll make the move to that far side of second from his third base spot. The 3-1. Put it right by him.
There's just so much movement on that cutter. Even if you get a good look at it and it ends up over the plate, I mean, you still gotta have the bat find the ball. Stuff to do.
Low, ball 4 on a full count pitch. Don't forget, a new edition of ACC Life All Access premieres on Tuesday night, featuring Sydney Smith, the anchor on defense for Duke's women's lacrosse team. We'll spend time with Louisville baseball and also Pitt softball as well. You get unprecedented access into the lives of the student athletes, coaches, staff, parents, and fans. 10 o'clock Eastern for an all-new episode of All Access, the ACC Life, right here on ACC Network and streaming live on the ESPN app. Low and away, ball 1. Hartman, hard time finding it here early.
He's lost control a little bit of that cutter, lost the feel for it in the zone. He starts to try and find it with something else.
Pops the mitt there.
This guy's forcing the fastball.
92. One out and one on here in the 8th for Clemson. That ball is ripped between second and short. And oh boy, big turn. And quickly, McClatty is at third with 1 out. Took the walk and ran with it.
The aggressive base running by McClatty. And good on Savoy being ready for another fastball. Lost a little bit of the control on the cutter. Hadn't been able to find the zone. Back-to-back fastballs, and Savoy gets there. And this is Jacob Jarrell. This is his last at bat.
Yeah.
Solo jack left center field, and down 3. Obviously a guy that can tie it up with 1 swing.
Yep. And that ball is ripped down the line and foul. Hugging the line and left.
How much did that miss by?
I don't think much.
Greater than or less than a ruler? I'm gonna go less than.
Oh boy, we're getting all of it here.
Check out the technology.
Oh, not much.
Maybe right out of ruler.
Yeah.
Maybe a foot. See if I can do an approximation on distance. I'm gonna go 7 inches foul. That is the official Rodman stats.
Oh my goodness.
It's like TrackMan, but less
Rodman
accurate.
Yeah. As you watch Jarrell go to 0-2, 42% of his hits this season are home runs, Roddy. Is that any good?
I'd say it's pretty good. Pretty good.
15 home runs. He's got 36 RBIs, you see. Lucas Hartman trying to get the cleanup hitter of the Tigers. ground to Becker. To second for 1, and there won't be a play at first. And McClatty is in to make it 6-4 now, Virginia.
I kind of thought they got him at first base. Virginia's going to challenge. They obviously think the same thing.
For the moment, it's a 6-4 force play. And then did Jarrell beat out the throw from Tiroli? You give it a look here at home.
They definitely, it's a good turn at second base. I don't know. I'm not so sure on the second look.
We'll get a bigger glance at it from the right field side.
Tiroli's a good throw.
Tyler, the runner, you still think in this world?
Well, it's got to be clear and obvious to overturn it. Is it in the glove before his foot hits? I think it is just barely from that view. It is not clear and obvious, though. You can't overturn it based on that.
Right.
That view.
So at a minimum, it's 2 down.
Naked eye, I felt like he was out. Obviously, first base umpire Brian Marine felt like he was safe. Upon review, I think you can make an argument both of us are right.
Another look here. I think he's safe. What do you think? I think he's safe.
Yeah, I'm just about as clear as I was before because the foot hits the ground before the toes come down on the bag. I think he's gonna stand, but I don't know that it could be definitive either way. So not clear and obvious. I would have guessed it's gonna stand.
So if the call stands, that means there's not enough to overturn. And oh boy, look at this. Oh man,
that's as close as it gets because the ball is in the glove when the foot hits the ground. It's not clear and obvious that the ball beat his foot on the bag right into the glove. So I can understand why it sits. So I still think he was out, but by like a fraction of a hair.
So runner out on the force play. Fielder's choice puts Gerald aboard at first, and here is Fultz, who's 0 for 3 tonight. A strikeout and 2 fly balls. The 0-1. Threw that right by him, and it had a wiggle to it.
Seems like he's got the feel back.
Hartman trying to get the K. Chased in the dirt, and he went. Struck him out. The single and the walk produce a run. And Virginia still holding to a 6-4 lead in Charlottesville. The dish, meet Aaron Roussel. He's the new women's basketball coach here at Virginia.
Threw a strike.
Tell you what, threw a seed in there is what he did.
Yes, he did, right after the acapella group. Was that right before the acapella group? All of it was excellent.
Yeah. So congratulations, great to visit with Aaron Roussel, and comes over from Richmond where he's taken the Spiders to a couple NCAA tournaments. He's got a long, distinguished coaching career at Bucknell in the Patriot League. Two-time A-10 Coach of the Year, two-time a Coach of the Year in the Patriot League, one time in the A-10. He's won 20 or more 11 times in his career that dates back to a start as the head man of the University of Chicago Maroons in Division III.
Yeah, this is a program that he's taken over. It's had some success here recently. He's just looking to take it to the next level. He was a pleasure to catch up with on Sirius XM this morning.
He sure was. We enjoyed the visit immensely and wish Coach Roussel well. He is a baseball coach to his young son, Riley.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if Riley's watching tonight, but Riley, your dad told us on radio today that coaching the baseball team is a little more nerve-wracking than coaching the women's basketball team.
Also his favorite, he said.
Yeah, so it's more fun coaching the kids.
Coaching his son's baseball team.
Yeah, why not? 6-4 Virginia, bottom of the 8th, and Parada takes a strike, 1-2. These two teams are set for the weekend. Michael Sharman and Kyle Johnson tomorrow night. And that's off the mitt of the catcher, Jarrell. And as is tradition, Saturday is to be announced.
I've never seen TBD win a game for you.
No, but somebody usually gets their name called and they go out there and perform.
Poor TBD never actually gets to pitch.
Yeah.
Always replaced at the last minute.
3-2 it is to Parada. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. And there's a ball 4. So a leadoff walk to Parada. Starts the 8th. And here is R.J. Holmes, who at night's end had one of the more important at-bats. You can see Parada is lifted. And now we're going to get another visit from Bellinger, the Clemson pitching coach. We got some activity in the bullpen. Bryce Neely has come on to run for Parada at first. There's a look at Bryce. He is a freshman from Midlothian, Virginia. Quick visit from Jimmy Bellinger. Double O in the Clemson bullpen is Drew Titsworth. Meanwhile, Harrison back to work here. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the 8th. Virginia leading 6-4. Ball 1. Holmes 1 for 3. The single to right set up the home run. Whoa, backed him up a little bit there at 90. 2-0.
Imagine for R.J. Holmes, you're making Dylan Harrison throw a strike before you take a hack.
Yep. He swings on a strike and drives it to left, and it is caught on the fly. Savoy flags it down for out number 1. He took a crack, all right.
Never mind.
He threw a strike, and R.J. Holmes hit it.
B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. Aggressive. B-E aggressive. You remember that chant?
Yes, I do.
Football?
Yeah, remember.
It's the only, I'm not going to lie to you. It's how I have to go through that when I spell aggressive. Just about every time.
And out comes Eric Bakich now. And I think we're going to get a look at the junior, Drew Titsworth here. And indeed we are. So the third pitcher of the night for the Tigers with 1 out in the 8th. And He'll make the soft jog in from right field. We said at the top tonight, this is a big weekend of ACC baseball. There are 8 series, including this one. This is just the first one that starts here on this Thursday night. Tomorrow night, the headliner, Georgia Tech in North Carolina. And here's D1 Baseball's projected ACC teams from earlier in the week. And you see Georgia Tech a 1, Carolina a 1, Florida State a 1, Virginia is a 1. Okay, so you add all that together, and then Clemson is in that first 4 out. And that's why we talk about the Tigers the way we have tonight, because this is one of those games that Eric Bakich hoping they can get it cranked up for the second half. And they came in with only 1 ACC series win, and that was at Stanford a couple of weeks ago. And now all of a sudden trailing by 2 here in the 8th, and going to your third pitcher. Here's the details on where the Clemson campaign is. 21 strength of schedule right now, out 6-12 against the RPI top 50 and an RPI of 37. Add all of that up, and this is a big second half for the Tigers, who still have series to go with Louisville, Boston College, Florida State, and Virginia Tech after they finish the weekend set here at Charlottesville. And Virginia, meanwhile, counterpunches when you talk about where they stand. They have only 3 ACC series to go, Roddy. At Pitt, home to Cal, and at Louisville remaining for the Cavaliers. And you see 16 in the RPI, strength of schedule 15, 7-6 against the RPI top 25. And obviously a 1 seed is where Chris Pollard's team stands. And this is the part where, as conferences get bigger, this is, like we said at the top tonight, their first meeting between Virginia and Clemson in 4 years.
Yep.
Not playing everybody. The rotation matters a little bit. Sometimes the numbers work in your favor. Sometimes they make it a little tougher. That's certainly where Clemson falls here as they enter this weekend.
No doubt. And look, this is a big situation for Drew Titsworth coming into the game. You know, Eric Bakich told us that he's in the conversation to go back to the starting rotation where he ended last year, but that we could see him a couple of times. He's got a low arm slot with an angry fastball. He can ramp up there.
Pitch is low. Ball 1 it is to Gracia. Got to be careful here. He's already hit 1 tonight. Fouls that one back. That was a fastball. A.J. Gracia hit a change away out of here, opposite field. And did he pull the trigger? Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You can already tell that Double O on the mound out of Frankenmuth, Michigan, has got a little gas in the tank tonight. Hard throwing youngster. 6-4 is the score. 1-2 the count. Fouled away.
How do you feel about Double O as a number?
I'm getting used to all the 9s, the 93s, 99s in baseball, and the double O's, I guess, because, you know, in football we have the single O's in the NFL now and the college game.
I really think Double O fits Drew Titsworth. It's a good number for him.
2 balls, 2 strikes. They got a reason to wear it. I know that.
Yes, he does.
Was it Kumar Rocker that wore 90-something at Vanderbilt?
Kumar Rocker was 90-something. I can't remember exactly. What 90? 97?
Was it his dad's number?
His dad was a...
his dad was the defensive end, pass rusher.
His dad, yeah. His
Tracy
dad was
Rocker, great Auburn player.
Yep.
He was the first, I think, college player I saw where he wore 80.
Oh. Is it 80?
Yeah.
That was a big number.
I thought they had a 90 on the roster, though, at Vanderbilt when he pitched. He wore 80. Okay. For some reason I had Kumar Rocker wearing 9.
He's a big fella.
Oh, my God.
With a big number.
6-4 the score, and it's full now here to Gracia. Foul back. It'll stay full.
It's quite the battle. That one, 97 miles an hour from
Do you
Titsworth.
throw fastball here? You change?
Look, it's his go-to pitch, his best pitch. Yeah, I mean, maybe you mix it up, but 3-2, I think you're throwing your best pitch, the one that you feel like you can locate.
The pitch. Rip foul up the first base side. Gracia's waiting on the I mean, he's looking fastball. Drew Titsworth throwing fastball. Something's going to happen here.
I think if you're Drew Titsworth, it's about the location more than anything, because more likely than not, you're going fastball again.
Full count.
Did not. Pulled the string.
And struck him out. How about that? Strikeout of Gracia. 2 away. Don't forget, big weekend in Chapel Hill. Starts tomorrow night on ACC NX at 6 o'clock. Number 2, Georgia Tech. Number 3, North Carolina. Saturday's game at noon, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Sunday, it's 1 o'clock. Both of those are on ACC Network and the ESPN app. It's the 4th time in the history of the D1 Baseball Top 25 that 2 ACC teams have occupied 2 of the top 3 spots, by the way. How about that? Georgia Tech's got the nation's longest winning streak at 13 games. They've won 10 straight in the conference. That's the 2nd longest streak nationally.
Swept Florida State last weekend and a gritty win on Thursday night.
Sure was.
Exploded on Saturday to end it early. They run ruled the Seminoles, but North Carolina is a heck of a team, man. These are 2 teams that are hoping, with the seasons they put together so far, to make a run to Omaha at some point.
Only Cavalier not to reach base is Eric Becker. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Tomorrow night, DeCaro and McKee.
That'd be fun one.
Yeah.
It's a heck of a pitching matchup. You gonna go to that one? You're doing the other 2 games.
Yeah, we're going. Heck yeah, gonna go take it in.
Okay. Cool. Should be good crowd.
Hope I got a ticket.
In Chapel Hill, I think you can find a way to get into most places.
Eduardo and I are hoping to get in a ball game. Try and go watch a little batting practice, take in the game.
Yeah, as I recall, there's something named Durham somewhere there in Chapel Hill.
That's some other guy. Rolled over to first, they'll step on the bag, and Becker will be retired for the 5th time tonight. 3 unassisted, knocks down their Cavaliers. 6-4, Virginia in front, and the Cavaliers are going to the bullpen. Tyler Kappa when we continue. Gaffney turn on that. It was 2-0, and then Gracia off Canuck. A 3-run shot put Virginia in front. And then the Clemson catcher, Gerald, the cleanup hitter, in the 6th, knocked it over the wall to tie the game, and then Weatherspoon wiped them clean with a 3-run double in the 6th, and all of a sudden the gates were open. The Tigers did scratch in a run in the 8th, but Roddy, we come to the 9th, and the ACC leader in saves takes the mound. Here is Tyler Kappa with his 7 saves on the year. A 1-2 mark. Senior from Waterford, Michigan. You see the 1.31 ERA. 7 saves, 20 2/3. How about 26 Ks, 8 walks?
He has a fastball that can only be described as elite. Can ramp it up to 97, even higher miles an hour. That one at 97.
Yeah.
With an incredible 20 inches of induced vertical break.
Fastball up there, 1-1. So Kappa comes in. The 1, that's up 2-1. And he wastes no time, by the way. Pop the mid, 3-1.
That was 96 with some run to it, too.
Yep. He worked last weekend an inning in the 20-5 win. Foul back. 3-2. He has saves against Florida State, Boston College, and a win against VCU. Took the loss against James Madison midweek. Fastball. Wow. 96.
Here it comes. Come and get it. I mean, that thing is whistling.
Yep.
96 miles an hour.
So one away.
Tremendous.
And Lichtenberger. 0 for 3 tonight. Starts him with a strike, 0-1. Rolled over toward third, past the diving Holmes. So Tyler Lichtenberger is aboard, and now all of a sudden the tying run comes to the plate with Gaffney, who hit the home run earlier in the ball game. So Bakic and the Tigers not done yet.
No, not at all.
Kappa's the 3rd Virginia pitcher of the night, and that is away to Gaffney, 1-0. Put it on the outside edge, 1-1.
It's just such a hard pitch to hit because it almost feels like the fastball is rising when it has that much IVB, induced vertical break. It's how hard that the backspin makes it fight gravity.
That ball slapped towards center field, coming on and not able to make the play is Gracia. So now they're 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And here's Jackson Moore to the plate. Back-to-back singles off Kappa.
With Jackson Moore, 0 for 2 on the day, you just have to find a way to scratch and claw and give the top of this lineup a chance. You get a pitch to drive, you try and drive it, but a double play can end this thing.
Clemson brings Purify. This is Jaron Purify, the junior from Detroit. He's been injured, working his way back to the lineup, and has been a pinch runner here, I think, the last week or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
dealing with a hand injury. He's working his way back in. Hopefully to get him back fairly soon.
Yep. So here is Purify at first now. He represents the tying run. And Jackson Moore looks at a fastball away. The 1-0. That's high and away at 94. From behind the plate comes Weatherspoon. And Becker comes in from short for a quick message with Kappa. And
Kevin Jaxel in the bullpen for Virginia, just in case, but hope Tyler Kappa able to get out of this by himself. Tommy Stewart walking around there as well. He might just be foam rolling. He looks like he's like me when I say I'm stretching after the gym. You just pull out the foam roller and sit down and relax a little bit.
2-0. Right by him for a strike. Swing and a miss by Moore. 2-1. Clemson's got the go-ahead run at the plate here in the ninth, and 1 out. 3-1. Kappa not on par with what his normal efforts have been here so far. 3-1. 3-2 now. It pretty much is what it is with Kappa, isn't it, right?
You're gonna get the fastball. He's flipped a couple of sliders in there, keep hitters honest. Question is, can he locate the fastball?
3 balls, 2 strikes. Sky in from center. Gracia. He will give way, and Didewick has it for out number 2. So 2 down, and Clemson's last chance is Cleveland.
It's a way to battle back by Tyler Kappa. He's kind of fighting it a little bit, trying to find the control. Found it on those last 2 pitches when he needed it.
Oh for 4. Here's the Tiger center fielder. There's a strike. Fastball low and away on the edge. And Eric Bakich is calling Cleveland to him here. And McClatty also joining the conversation. And Brady Kirkpatrick is out from the Virginia dugout.
It's like dueling conversations. He calls a timeout.
What do you want to do with Cleveland, who's 0 for 4 here, if you're Bakich?
I think you're just trying to talk him through what he's going to see, what to look for, trying to calm him down, break the rhythm of Tyler Kappa on the mound. I don't think you're going to get any shenanigans here.
Harris at first is off the bag. Runners take lead. That ball hit the bat. 0-2.
Unlucky for Cleveland.
Sure was.
Tried to hold up, but now he finds himself in a hole in what clearly would have been ball 1.
Cavalier fans to their feet here at the dish. 0-2. 1-2 at 95. Cleveland gets a little bit of a reprieve there, huh? To Holmes, he'll step on the bag, and the ball game over. So, Virginia wins the opening game of the weekend set with Clemson by a final tonight of 6-4. Cavaliers pick up their 11th ACC win, their 27th on the season, Rod.
It's a good win by Virginia. It was really fun pitching battle for most of the game. And this Virginia team found a way to get it done, mostly with the long ball, but a clutch double by Jake Witherspoon put him ahead. And the efforts by Zakowski, Hartman, and Kappa to finish. Absolutely fantastic. It's why Virginia's been one of the best teams in the ACC this year.
Zatkowski goes to 6-0. Aiden Canuck 2-4 on the year. And Tyler Kappa gets his ACC leading 8th save. Don't forget more coverage tomorrow night. NC State Wake Forest on ACC Network. We'll see you Saturday from Chapel Hill. Thanks to our producer Sean Fulton and our terrific crew in Charlottesville. For Roddy Jones, West Durham. Good night from the dish. Taylor Tannenbaum and Tyler Wilson standing by with All ACC.